Nigger. It's not. Nigger. Hello? Anyone? How is the live stream, guys? Is it? Can you even hear me? Oh, is it like really bad, or is it like? Is it like extremely bad? Oh wow, 8 viewers. Holy. Okay, now it's back to one. Yeah, 9 viewers. Whoa. Hello, everybody. I am absolutely pleased that you guys are on here. Thank you so much. A ton of viewers. That is, nigger. That is a lot. Wow, 12 viewers. Okay. Well, it says it's doing okay right now. So, well, thank you guys. Thank you, Carl. Thank you, Celesta. Celeste. I don't know. I'm sorry if I don't know how to pronounce your name. Bernadette. Legend Gamer. Hello. Stephen White or Stephen White. Stefan White. Whatever. Well, hello guys. So we're talking about the severe weather, and there is quite a bit going on. So I know this is, I mean, the days have been going so quickly, but the severe weather has been a day-to-day threat. We have been seeing so much conditions. We have been seeing so much outbreaks, so much severe thunderstorms. I mean, right now I was watching on a TV around 4:30 o'clock. No, it was like actually no, it was like 2:30 around that time frame. Around 3 o'clock, there was a big thunderstorm right by Washington D.C., Maryland, and that caused a lot of it caused a lot of warnings. I think there's a tornado warning for Washington D.C. at one point. I mean, absolutely ridiculous. Cities getting tornado warnings in the eastern part of the United States. I mean, Kansas City, Nebraska, Omaha, Des Moines, Iowa, even Chicago is bearable to get a tornado warning. But Washington D.C. it does happen. But just goes to show you how vital the environment is. Let's go to northern Texas. Right now, we're looking at the northern panhandle of Texas. We're looking at several severe thunderstorm warnings and tornado warnings. Let's quickly check on you guys. Oh wow, um, uh, Salist. Okay, with the short A. Well, it's all good. Okay, thank you, Salist. Hello everyone. This is amazing. I have 20 people watching. I don't know if it's going good. People, it's saying right now it's not receiving enough video, but we'll have to do. I know right now if you're hearing this live stream is probably not going to be good quality, and in terms of the content it probably will. I'll try my best, but in terms of the actual buffering and stuff like that, it might not be good. So don't get too upset because I literally tried doing everything. So if there's like severe issues, it's definitely not your fault. It's my problem here. So I apologize. I moved my computer upstairs now. I'm trying my best, but we'll see how it goes. So let's click on the tornado warning, which is right now normal. Thank you. Thank you. I mean, I'm hoping, honestly, at this point. We'll see. But hello everyone. Honestly, hello from Texas. Linda, hello. Zoe Sparkles, Plush Gaming, hi. Lenora, Westwood Sun, hello. Yeah, I lost you. Can't hear you anymore. I apologize. Yeah. Yeah. This is this is a little bit frustrating because I'm sorry guys. Hold on, let me see. I apologize if there is I'm just gonna say having some difficulties. Stay with me because it gets better after a while, but oh no, I think you've completely lost me, guys. Yeah, it looks about dead. Probably can't hear me, can you? I apologize, guys. This is just, I don't really know what's going on. Roger, hello, Jim Johnson. Patience, grasshoppers. Okay. Yeah, I apologize, guys. Hopefully it could. But we're hanging in there. Thank you, guys. Keep the chat going. If you could hear me, keep the chat going because that is what's telling me if you guys are actually hearing or even seeing or even, I don't know, even not even getting anything. So keep the chat going. I apologize. I don't know really how to spell this. God. I apologize about the buffering. Well, I don't know. This is sometimes it literally says I have excellent connection, and other time it's saying that it is just horrendous and it can't even. Hi everyone, can't hear you. Okay, good. I got you back. Amazing. Thank you. I'm frustrated, guys, so I apologize. This probably won't be a long live stream because it's my first live stream, and of course, it's my first live stream. So first of all, I'm just new to this. I can't really sit around for 3 hours straight. I mean, I am an active person. I go outside always after I record a video because even a 10-minute video sometimes gets me a little bit drained of energy. So I do apologize if I am a little bit perfectly normal for some issues. Thank you. Yeah, I live in Maryland and got a tornado warning at around 3:52. Yeah, rude, ugly duck. Yeah, it was scary. I mean, there was a tornado warning issued, and it was a pretty scary situation. I saw the live stream. It was not the live stream, the live cam on the Weather Channel, and it was frightening. I mean, the Weather Channel was showing some very scary dark clouds across Washington D.C. and Maryland. They were big thunderheads, and there was a lot of wind and a lot of rain. I mean, that's what you expect with these systems, but it's interesting to see those type of systems in such a high populated area like Washington D.C. At this point, I don't know if you can even hear me, guys. This looks pretty. I don't know. I'm sorry, guys. Looks like I'm losing viewers, but that's completely normal because this is completely. This is just my first time and my Wi-Fi is bad, so I do apologize. And I'll try my best here. But let's just look at the HER model, and let's go to regions right now. Let's go to. Let's just stay in north central United States. That's where most likely the severest of, the most severe weather will occur with this system. And you could see some thunderstorms across Kansas, Nebraska, erupting. That's what we're having going on right now. And this is the HER model, the HRR, High Resolution Rapid Refresh model. And you could go to tropicaltidbits.com if you want these models for yourself. These work very well, and they really are actually a blessing because they could tell you where in the storm will occur. Maybe not exactly what county, but it gives you a general idea. So go to tropicaltidbits.com and you can go to the HER model, and it gives you hour 1 through 18. And you could see that right now we're seeing the eruption, I would call this, of severe thunderstorms. We have quite a bit of storms going on across Kansas. Again, several tornado warnings are getting issued. And then this evolved into more of a mesoscale cluster of storms, and the reason for that is I call it mesoscale. Any cluster of storms that occurs over the night and strengthens around the evening time is usually a mesoscale convective system. That is when thunderstorms don't die off. That's not when it's associated with daytime heating, those type of thunderstorms. Rather, it's associated with events like like a strong low or a different environmental factor other than just the daytime heating. And these could be the most deadly because if there's a severe, maybe even hail or wind, doesn't have to be a tornado. If it occurs during the night, it could be even more devastating and damaging because maybe you can't hide some of the things you want to, like your cars, for example, if hail hits. But if it's a tornado, then we're talking about lives here. You might not be able to save yourself when it comes during the night because you might not get an alert on your phone or you may not wake up. Rather, when you're during the day and you're looking outside, you could see the clouds boiling and you know that something is going on. You'll probably hear the tornado sirens during the night. If you're a hard sleeper, forget about it. I know that when I am. I don't know if everything's going. Is everything okay? I love the live. Great job. Okay, that's awesome, guys. Right now we're looking at the Her model. If you're just joining, and we're just gonna go through this. So you can see the in terms of the mesoscale cluster, it goes through Iowa and Nebraska, goes throughout the night. This is at around 2 o'clock in the morning. This is 3 o'clock in the morning. Tomorrow 4, 5, 6, 7. So your morning rush, mid-central Iowa, fairly rainy and stormy. I would actually say dangerous. Up to North Dakota, just rainy, nothing too severe. And then as we go on into it winds down, but then it grows back up later on in the day when we get more of that daytime heating and that system starting to develop. So I'm just checking back if everything's okay. We have 7 viewers. Now it says no data, so I apologize. Cannot receive data from your encoder. Okay, now we're back. This is a mess, but guess what? It's my first live stream, so I apologize about that. And there's not much I can do. I mean, theoretically there is, hypothetically, but not at this point. Let's just go to the radar, and the radar I choose to go to is WGN radar. That's my local station, and I just want to choose that radar because it doesn't seem to be taking as much up Wi-Fi as some of the other high-quality radars do. So, the ones that actually tell you the warnings of velocity, readings, and all of that could be really useful and actually necessary for this stuff. I just don't have that. This computer, with the Wi-Fi we're having, it's just not too good. Wow, 12 people. Thank you, guys. This is amazing. I love this. I love live streaming now that I've never done it before because I was always scared something was going to happen. I always didn't really like it that much. But now that I actually think about it, it's actually really nice. I like doing this, and it's just a great way to kind of talk with you guys and get to know you. So while we're at this, if you want to ask me a question that you've been willing to ask me, but you've never really commented down, it could be about my personal life as well. You could put that down in a chat. You could put that in a chat, and we'll talk about it. But again, this is taking a pretty long time to load, so I do apologize. Maybe we could try the National Weather Service right now. I don't know if you guys are losing me or not. I wouldn't be surprised if you are, because this is, again, a fairly come on, what's going on? This is a fairly big mess right here. What we're going on. This live stream isn't really going too well. For me, it looks like if it's a disaster. Like, I'm getting comments saying that it's okay. Like, I don't even know how. Maybe it's just worse than it actually seems, or maybe it seems worse than it actually is. You're doing very well. Thank you, Mark Hendrickson. Adrian's weather forecast. You're past 1,000 subscribers. Wow, great job. So now you could actually start getting monetized. That's amazing. That's great. That's awesome. I'm proud of you, Adrian. That's good. I've always liked watching your videos, especially in the winter time when you were more active. And I told you it would not be a good idea to quit doing weather and going back to trick shots, because that just usually does not work out. And I'm glad you're back, so that's awesome. Get ready for the winter season because it's coming on fast. It's already almost the end of May, almost June. So let's just go quickly to the area. The hotspot right now seems to be northern Texas. We're getting these supercells, so not really a line of thunderstorms. It could develop into a line, but at this point, it's just these little tiny individual cells that start developing. And they could be very destructive. They could produce wind. They could produce wind. They could produce hail. They could produce very strong tornadoes. And if we go to, let's just go to the tornado warning. I mean, come on, that's what we're here for, to track these tornadoes. So, okay, so I'll just tell you what this says and give you a little bit of my feedback. So, hazard. Tornado and baseball-sized hail. That is, that is destructive. And when you see baseball-sized hail, you're in the plains. I mean, the Great Plains are one of the best areas to support severe thunderstorms and hail that large. It's insane the hail that could get that large in Indiana, or sorry, not in. I just saw hello from Indiana from someone. That's why I said that. Hello from Indiana. Hello, Rex Walker. The I was gonna say that the size the hail gets in the plains is ridiculous. It's probably the best area. I'm getting a little bit off topic, but I have the right to. I mean, it's a live stream, so I could go on for a while. But the Great Plains are a area where just the perfect mix of ingredients form together, and they come together to form these giant tornadoes, these things called supercells, which we all know are very dangerous. You could just produce hail, very damaging, destructive, costly. It could produce damaging wind, equally as destructive and damaging, maybe a little bit less. And then tornadoes, just the most destructive. And right now we're seeing tornado warning for northeastern Carson County in the panhandle of Texas, eastern Hutchinson County in the panhandle of Texas, northwestern Gray County in the panhandle of Texas, Roberts County in the panhandle of Texas, and west central Hemp Hill County in the panhandle of Texas. So you're getting the point. It's basically all occurring in the panhandle of Texas. This tornado warning is, at least. But it's not just confined to the panhandle of Texas. Don't think about, don't get confused by that. And so this is until 6:45 p.m. At 6:01, a severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado was located 5 miles north of Skellytown, or 12 miles northwest of Pampa, moving northeast at 55 miles per hour. So radar indicated rotation, flying debris will be dangerous to those. Okay, so that's the obvious. Take cover. That's again, you need to stress that. Take cover and move to a basement or an interior building. And what an interior building building or room means, basically away from the windows. You have like a closet that's in a room, going inside the house, in the middle of the house, and put yourself there. The bathroom, I'm not too sure about that either, because some people have windows in their bathrooms and could get, this just says I lost you guys. I don't know if, you guys are still viewing me here, because this says I have 12 viewers, which is amazing, but I don't know if, I don't know if everything's okay, so I'll just go and ask you guys, is everything fine? Can you hear me? Is everything fine? I don't know if anyone can hear me at this point, because this is really kind of like a mystery, this whole live stream, because it says 12 people are watching, but it says it's delayed, so we'll just have to see what happens. In terms of buffering. We will see in just a minute. Okay, well, I think it's delayed, at least by a couple of seconds. Well, now it just says it's start streaming software. We are not receiving, only a few little glitches. Okay, well, that's amazing, actually, and that's way better than I thought. So let's go on and talk about this. So, again, severe thunderstorms in Texas. We have a severe weather statement. We have severe thunderstorm warnings. Severe thunderstorm warnings do not include tornadoes. So if you're under severe thunderstorm warning, still be precautioned, because this is could be damaging. Maybe not equally as damaging as a tornado, but still could be fairly damaging. And that is very, 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 very bad. You might need a bit better audio. Adrian weather's forecast. Yeah, this is flashing like a weird thing, my microphone, so I don't know if it's even working. Yeah, it says it's lagging. I apologize, guys. Watching, okay, thank you. Now it says it's gone, so it's lagging a lot. Yeah, I'm sorry, guys. This is, we hear you. You are a few seconds behind chat. Okay. Well, that's good. That's good. I apologize again if this is completely, humiliating, but, I mean, I'm really, I don't know what to say. I'm sorry, guys. I am sorry about this quality. Well, yeah. That's the best I could do right now. Amarillo, Texas International Airport. You could see it is under severe thunderstorm warning. It is currently under thunderstorm, light rain, fog / mist. So, Adrian weather forecast. Want me to teach you how to go live? Well, I know how to go live, Adrian, but it's just I know how to go. Mobile is really easy to go live on. It's just on a desktop. You need a Um, you need a you need to have a encoder, and it's the problem with the Wi-Fi. It's not the problem of what I have right now. It's the problem of the Wi-Fi, and we need to get that fixed in our house. So thank you for the help, Adrian. But I think. I mean, say it. Whatever you're gonna say, say it. Like, what are your tips and hints? But I think most of that I already tried. I mean, I'm willing to get help from anyone. So, go ahead, put it in the chat if you want to. So again, I was looking at Amarillo, Texas. Severe thunderstorm warning. There again, you could see severe thunderstorms and heavy rain forecasted for today, and that's what we're seeing right now. So let's see what they're saying. So minor damage, so doesn't seem too bad. Ping pong ball sized hail, which is fairly large. Definitely not as big as a baseball, but about maybe a little bit bigger than a quarter. I would say like a $50 size. That's how big ping pong ball is. And minor damage to roof, siding, and trees is possible. People and animals outdoors will be injured. Expect hail damage to roof, siding, windows, and vehicles. For your protection, move to an interior room on the lowest floor of the building. So, this gets repetitive after a while. It's just a threat after a threat. And at this point, I just want to show you what they're, let's go to an area where we could prevent possibly some of this. Let's go to Iowa and see, because it's not going on right now. You could see it is overcast, but it's not, the severe thunderstorm or severe weather is not going on. But you could see right here, they have a stormy weekend ahead. And I know how to go live. I can help you maybe this weekend. I can talk and go. Hang on. Okay, use OBS Studio to nap. Yeah, that's what I'm using right now. That's what I'm using right now, Adrian. I'm using OBS Studio, but again, it's a problem with the Wi-Fi. It's not really a problem with, OBS Studio is probably the best, but that's the thing. It may be so good that it requires quite a bit of Wi-Fi that I can't, they don't have to offer because, again, of the crappy Wi-Fi, and we'll have to get that fixed. But, what can I do? Alright, so, but thank you for the help, Adrian. I appreciate it. You're awesome that you're willing to help. So, the National Weather Service, you can see they're showing more storms this evening, timing Thursday evening into early Friday morning, threats, a few isolated severe storms in southern Iowa. So this is for this evening, but again, don't think this is just going to be through the evening. This is a very stormy period. There is, again, people were talking about this in my last video. There is a big heat wave going on in the south, and this basically is producing a dome of hot air that does not really want to move either way, and this sends all the storms and thunderstorms across through the Midwest, through states like Nebraska, Kansas, Texas, starts over there, starts arcing through Iowa, Illinois, and then goes through Indiana and into the Northeast. And this is going to repeat until that cold air or that warm heat dome stops. So, that's an interesting thing. I think that's called the I forgot what it's called, but it's basically like a atmospheric river of storms, but not over like a different area. Kind of just I'll try drawing it out later on, but let's go to this thing and click on what they have to say through the holiday weekend. And yes, this is a holiday weekend. We have Memorial Day on Monday, so many people will try doing live outdoor events, which make this even more dangerous than it already is, which, with tornadoes and hail, whenever it happens, it's pretty downright dangerous. Try refreshing this. Even this isn't working. So, oh yeah, it's toasty. Yeah, that's what I've been hearing from people. It's lagging a lot. Okay, I apologize, guys, but this at this point is the best I could do. I'll try getting it fixed though soon. So you can see this is for the Des Moines, Iowa. Stormy holiday weekend ahead. Periodic shower and T-storm chances will continue this weekend. Severe thunderstorm potential Friday and Saturday. Southern and central Iowa Monday statewide. So it does get a little bit more threatening into the weekend. And hopefully, by Monday it won't, you may hope that it won't be that bad. But you can see here it just says statewide Monday. So not good. Also, notice how it says heavy rain will also be a river flood issue. Typically, that's not, obviously it is a problem, but typically it isn't massive. But especially when people, during Memorial Day weekend, it's warm, it's sunny, or not even sunny, it's just warm and they have a day off. People go out to the lakes, the rivers, They do kayaking, they do boating, they do fishing, and that could pose a threat, especially on some of those swollen rivers that are moving twice as fast than usual. So I appreciate those people that are still watching. Thank you guys so much. This is amazing. This is my most successful live stream I've ever had, which doesn't have to be a success, but it is the most successful. I am currently already, I think, like several minutes in, 27 minutes in, which usually I do, I do like 10-minute videos. So I feel really nice about this. And you can see that right now, the Midwest is not a exclusive to this severe thunderstorms. You could see that here in Western New York. I know I should be focusing on the severe weather, but this is severe weather just in a different region. You can see by Binghamton, New York, that national weather station, by Syracuse off the lakes, we are seeing almost like looks like lake effect thunderstorms, but it's similar of that. The lakes are definitely aiding in the help of these developing these systems, these storms. You could see this is not out of the complete possibility to see severe thunderstorms in an area where they're not even forecasted. So this is definitely a concern because hello Storm Chaser David, hello. Within reason, I had fun, great live, and made new friends. Well, thank you. That is amazing that you made new friends and you had fun. Hopefully you don't get to leave soon, but now it says we are not receiving data from your encoder, so I apologize about that, but thank you for those that came and those that watched. Now it says excellent connection, so now it says open. I'm sorry guys, this is not too good, but what can I do? I mean, I keep saying that because I really have nothing else to say. I've tried every possibility. I've tried connecting a router to this, tried bringing this upstairs, which it is right now. I've tried doing so many things. I've tried upgrading this computer's capacity. I've tried getting a new encoding system, but OBS Studio seems to work the best. So I may just have to stick to videos, but you can see this is for Oswego County, and we have a severe thunderstorm warning in effect. Maybe not too severe in terms of the hail and compared to what they have in the south, but nickel-sized hail, decent on 60 per mile hour wind gust, which could still be damaging and destructive. So let's go back to an area. Let's just go to central Kansas and see what's going on right there. And again, there is a tornado warning issued for Texas, the panhandle of Texas. So if you are in that area on the panhandle of Texas, watch out. There is a lot of severe weather going on in the area. So if you live anywhere in the panhandle, even if you're not under a warning or a watch, I would definitely watch out because things could change drastically. And look, like we just saw, there's a thunderstorm in New York that's in New York, not New York City, but in the state of New York, producing quite a bit of weather, significant weather, which could be still destructive and damaging. So we have by Hutchinson, there's a severe weather statement. Let's see what that has to say. There's so much stuff to cover, guys, that this is absolutely could go on for hours and hours and hours. This live stream, but unfortunately it won't. Not because I don't want to. It's just the quality won't allow me to. I mean, seriously, this quality is seriously compromised by the Wi-Fi, and we'll try getting that fixed. But I think next year we'll have it. I don't know, guys. But let's just stick to the weather. So right now, tornado watch is in effect for a huge real estate of area. But just because you have a tornado watch does not mean that you're under a, under a tornado, imminent tornado threat. You may have a tornado warning later on, which would mean warning. Take shelter. You're under the tornado may hit you. Tornado watch is be careful. Be watchful. There may be a tornado developing sometime between the watch hours, which in this case, the tornado is until midnight for south central Kansas. And you can see torrential rainfall is occurring with this particular storm, which is over Halstead, moving northeast at 45 miles per hour. $half sized hail, so a little bit bigger than ping pong sized, and that very damaging, very destructive. But even penny-sized can do some damage if it falls at a great enough intensity. It could pile up and produce icy conditions on the roads. And I know that sounds obscure with the severe thunderstorms, but that has happened before, where so much hail has fallen, where there has been a there has been a complete almost a whiteout with the hail. Those are always interesting. You can search it up on YouTube. It's like it's massive amounts of hail with thunderstorms, something like that. You could search that up and you'll find a video. There's several of them out there. They're awesome to watch. So yes, so this is the severe weather statement. In terms of, look at all this rain. I can quickly want to focus on this because people are looking at all this all the severe weather, the tornadoes and imminent threats. That is very destructive and damaging and as well deserves to be focused on. But I also want to focus on just like the long-term effects, like the river risings, the flash flooding, the flooding of your basement possibly, the flooding of your house, the flooding of your yard, your garden, your property. And look, okay, so some of these areas have been just absolutely saturated, drenched, toasted with this rain. I mean, just waterlogged. And look at some of these rain amounts: 3 inches, 2 inches, inch. This is way too much. You can see the bright orange shaded areas may receive 4 to 6 inches. So yeah, that's that is definitely plenty enough to cause flash flooding. And there was a river, I think it's called a not Cinnamon. It's like the Synonym River in Oklahoma. Don't really remember its name, but it's literally causing houses to be on the verge of collapsing into the river. You can see here across Kansas, we are looking at this is Hutchinson, Great Bend, and Wichita. These areas are under a kind of like a potential watch. This is not really a confirmed watch, but hail up to 2 inches in diameter. That is, in case you're wondering, destructive, damaging, and huge. You do not want that. Strong tornado or two, gusts up to 75 miles per hour, which is devastating. And in the yellow areas, a little bit less, up to golf ball sized and gust up to 60. Tornadoes, less of a possibility. So definitely quite an eventful night. If you're still watching this, write something in the chat, and thank you guys for I forgot how to say your name already, guys. I'm really bad with names. Celeste, right? Celeste, yeah, Celeste. Thank you, Celeste S. Thank you so much for watching, or even commenting on this chat. That is amazing. Thank you for Within Reason to being on here. You guys are like the main ones on here. You're the main ones that are active, so thank you so much. Adrian's weather forecast, I don't know if you're still on here. Probably left because of the quality, but I don't blame you. So we could go to the radar, but that always compromises with the live stream. But we'll see. We'll check it out. Might as well. What's the problem? And look at this. This was not here early on in the day. I mean, obviously at one point it had to appear, but there was scattered showers, thunder showers, maybe some thunderstorms. Nothing severe though. But then again, obviously the day went on. The events kind of compiled. There's the several large ingredients, I like to call them, went together into the mixing bowl, and they really made these thunderstorms erupt. Let's go now into Nebraska. This area has not been focused on by me as much. We have I think only 2 severe thunderstorm warnings in Nebraska, and they're very close to each other, almost over consecutive areas, and that is by, can't really read that because that's blocking. I think that's Heldridge, Nebraska, Kearney, Nebraska, and Lexington. I think that's what it. I'm not sure. Lexington, Nebraska. Those areas could be, definitely impacted by the severe thunderstorm. But also, there's a major highway right here, I-80, potentially getting impacted by these storms. If you're, I-80 is just one of the most one of the biggest highways, biggest arteries of the highways in the United States. It runs from California to New York, and that highway, many truckers, many commuters, I wouldn't say, commuters as well, and many vacationers take to get from one place to another. So this could definitely be impacted and compromised by these severe thunderstorms. And you can see some of these areas are seeing severe thunderstorm watches and warnings, which would lead to quite a mess on the roadways, because there's accidents on a regular day on a highway. It doesn't have to be an environmental impact, but once we have this, wet roads, damaging winds, hail, that's just, a completely new realm. So let's go. Right now we're getting a couple more tornado warnings in Kansas, but we're also getting, I'm fairly sure, in West Virginia we have a tornado warning. And yes, we do. West Virginia, Mountain Mama, we have a tornado warning. Let's go to it and let's check it out. So I think this is relatively fresh. If not, then I've been asleep and I did not really get on this on time, so I do apologize. So thank you guys so much for being on here. I may have to end this soon because it's getting a little bit iffy But thank you guys for being on here. Okay, so this is not loading for some reason. It's almost like it has disappeared, this tornado warning. Like if it was up and then it disappeared. But look, they were literally in the marginal area. They were literally in the marginal area and they have a tornado warning. So it just goes to show you how this could change in just a little bit. One thunderstorm is enough to take this into the severe warning criteria. And you could see there's a tornado warning. I'm trying to see if this is loading, but it's not. So maybe it's already expired. That what leads me to think. Let's go to Kansas. We have a tornado warning in Kansas. It's over a small area, but it's right leading into Dodge City. So I think it's moving northeast. Yes, it is. So this is a dangerous situation. If you're in Dodge City, take cover. This is becoming very imminent. Dodge City Regional Airport. We are looking at a tornado warning. So quite a bit of different threats coming here. A tornado, we have a severe thunderstorm warning as well. We have a tornado warning and a severe thunderstorm watch. So let's go to the tornado warning because that seems the most devastating. So you can see tornado and 2-inch hail. Usually those things go hand in hand. The stronger the tornado, usually the stronger their supercell. The stronger their supercell, the stronger the updraft in the hail, in the updraft of the storm, and the stronger the updraft, the more big the hail can be. The larger the hail can be supported as it gets thrown up into the atmosphere and eventually dropped. So weather is all very intricate but very connected and very logical and very fascinating. So impact, very similar to other tornado warnings. Flying debris will be dangerous to those who caught without shelter. If you're outside in a tornado and it passes over you, you're toast. If you're in a tornado and you're in a house, you may be toast as well. So the chances of surviving a tornado that goes right over you are very small. So don't compromise that, or don't question that, or don't you have play games with them. If you're under a tornado warning, take shelter. And like it says right here in all caps, take cover now. Move to a basement or an interior room at the lowest floor of a sturdy building. That is the best thing you could do because that is the best thing to ensure you are safe. So hello, Luca TV and Style. Hello, everybody. If you're still here, this is amazing. Thank you guys so much for being here. I love you guys. This is really what I like doing. I love doing these live streams for you. And I love making these forecasts for you. So if you could, maybe stay on this live stream for a little bit longer. If you want to, you could subscribe. If you're not subscribed, like the live stream. And that is, the best thing you could do. So thank you guys so much for doing that. I'll try going right now to the radar and see if this loads. This is kind of I'm taking a risk here because this may completely ruin the live stream's connecting quality, but I feel safe enough to do so. So let's go on here and let's see what we have. So interactive radar WGN-TV. Let's see what we have here. Right now it's not loading, but I have a feeling it may load. But again, this is what happens when you have poor Wi-Fi. Why do we have poor Wi-Fi? Reasons. I mean, that's just what happens. We're probably trying to get that fixed, but let's see if this works. So this is WGN. It's a station at Chicago, so it naturally starts at Chicago. But you can see this is where look at some of these cells across West Virginia and Ohio and the Mid-Atlantic. These could be damaging as well. These could produce small vortices, maybe small tornadoes. We just saw tornado warning was up for these areas. Definitely a lot of wind, definitely wind and hail. And look at that beast that just came off the coast of Maryland. This was a monster, and this was on land a couple hours ago, and it just drenched those areas. If we look at Indiana, we see a couple of thunderstorms in southern Indiana. As far as I'm concerned, this has just erupted. Let's see if we could run this radar and see this in motion. You could see, this has been erupting, but also going on for quite a while. Cincinnati was looking at some thunderstorms, Frankfurt, possibly Lexington and Louisville. But the major stuff is going on over here. Look at this. This is just, you look at this and you know that there's severe thunderstorm watches and warnings. Just the sheer characteristic of these cells. I mean, they're going to the northeast, they're traveling individually. These small cells right here and there, those are all filled with hail, strength, and just vigor that no other. And look, right across here, Amarillo, Texas just has erupted in size, and we're starting to even maybe develop a squall line here. So this may be potentially very a star of the mesoscale cluster that may later on move up into Nebraska. And you notice how as these storms move up further and further to the north, they weaken, but they develop into large rain clouds and large rain systems. So the thunder is still going to be embedded in these areas for Sioux Falls, all of it. Look, just reading all these little cities: Parkinston, Armour, Parker, Lake Andes, Yankton, all those cities, Sioux City, those are going to see most likely heavy rain with this. Maybe not as much severe weather, but anywhere in Kansas, look, I mean, it's just thunderstorm after thunderstorm. Just watch Stockton, got hit by one, got hit by another one, and there's still more on the way. And even look, southern Kansas keeps going on. Wichita was just to the west of them, saw some thunderstorms. Scott City just saw some thunderstorms. And look at this event right here. When you see these purple colors, I know this radar from the bottom, like from inside out. I mean, I've been using this radar for my whole life. This specific one, not just radar, just like this one on this website. So I know what the colors mean. When you have those bright pink, those purple colors, that is usually associated with pretty heavy hail. Pretty large hail. So I'm imagining that a large hail is occurring across here, and I could imagine it because that's literally what the warnings are saying. Quite a bit of hail is occurring with this, and a chance of tornadoes. So right now, if you go to Amarillo, Texas, I finally said it right, I think. We're looking at, again, a cluster of severe thunderstorms passing through. They're kind of separating and scattering, so they're hard to predict exactly where they'll go. But if you live in the suburbs of Amarillo, Texas, I would definitely be on the watch. And if you're under tornado warning, then take shelter, because these things you don't want to mess around with. These could end your life, and for even a stupid reason end your life, you just didn't want to take shelter because you wanted to take a video or something. I also wanted to point out, guys, look, there is snow occurring across the mountains of Colorado, which is fascinating because, okay, so obviously snow does occur in the mountains of Colorado even this later on, but it's fairly chilly in the southwest and west. If we were to look at some of the if we were to look at some of the temperature anomalies in terms of Colorado and Wyoming and Idaho, and much of the south and west, they are pretty below average, fairly chilly. So we're looking at quite a bit of cold air, and this is again inducing that snow. So you can see Vail, Fort Collins, Denver, maybe not seeing snow, but those higher elevations, those ski resorts, still seeing that snow. So yeah, I just kind of wanted to give you guys a quick update. I think I'll be finishing this soon because it doesn't seem like there's much attention. There's 10 viewers, which I'm so happy you guys are viewing this. I'm so enthralled with this. Thank you so much. But at this point, I think I've covered most of the things, and again, I could cover this for hours and hours on end. I'll read some of the chat right now and see what people are saying. Okay, so within reason, okay, I probably shouldn't say this, but it has been rather quiet in the south. It has been in the past couple of weeks. There has been much severe weather. There has been much rain, but that's good, right? Because I remember there was quite a bit of flooding in the springtime, so that's definitely not too good. And it's always better to be quiet than stormy and life-threatening. But that's why you probably didn't want to say it. But within reason, quiet here in northern Michigan too. Yeah, across just some rain once in a while here in Chicago. Here, nothing special either. Within reason, just got warm today. Lol. Within reason, yeah, Michigan just got to the warmth, but there will be quite a bit of warmth in the coming days across those areas. Across Michigan and the Midwest, we'll finally get that warmth. I mean, we've been so cold. Finally, the trees, everything has popped up. It's growing so beautifully. I mean, as I'm looking out the window, we are looking at bright blue skies. It is absolutely fantastic. A light breeze is blowing into 80-degree temperatures. I mean, it is just so nostalgic for my childhood. I could get chills even talking about it. Pool weather. It is for your area where Celeste lives. 94. That is beyond pool weather. Be careful with that, because that may be a little bit threatening for some sunburn and sunburning and tanning. But I mean, I've heard that the temperature doesn't make an impact, but it just, I don't know, it just seems like if it does. But what else am I looking at here? Xander Salia I apologize by the last name, but I know you're Xander. 82 degrees for Norwalk, Connecticut. Sorry, on Sunday, and another over 80-degree day today. Yeah. It's been, another over 80-degree day. Yeah. We speaking of 80-degree days, we have not had much here in Chicago. We've had a couple, not that much at all. I think we've had 4 or 3, and by now you'd have around 10 or 11. So we're definitely below average. Will we talk about the storms in the eastern areas? Yes, I was talking about them, and I could go back if you really want to. I will. Slay Z, hello. Hello. Welcome everyone that's new. I'll probably be stopping this soon because it's just I'm enjoying this, but at this point it seems like not too much people are on, and that's fine. But I also don't want to go too long because an hour, I'm almost at an hour, which is pretty impressive. I'm impressed with myself. But yes, you wanted to go to the eastern storms. Let's go there. Let's quickly look at the National Weather Service map. Let's refresh this page and see if any new warnings of tornadoes or severe thunderstorms have popped up. So let's quickly look over this. Okay, so mind if I quickly look over here across Texas because it looks like if there's some development. Okay, so Perryton, Texas. It looks like a fairly larger city, at least for Texas. And we're looking at the northern panhandle of seeing a tornado warning. So, if you're in northern Texas, Kansas, or Nebraska, be careful because it is getting serious there. It is getting fairly concerning. So, tornado warning until May 23rd, 7 p.m., which so here it is 6:43 p.m. Over there it's going to be, so we're in the same central time zone. And you can see baseball-sized hail, that is ridiculously sized. The only one that's bigger is softball and teacup size, which those are just like the biggest thunderstorms, the teacup-sized hail. Baseball size, very impressive. And you could see producing a tornado was located 9 miles southeast of Fransworth or 12 miles south of Perryton, moving northeast at 45 miles per hour. Flying debris will be dangerous to those caught without shelter. Mobile homes will be damaged or destroyed. Damage to roofs, windows, and vehicles will occur. Tree damage is likely. So, it gets repetitive, but literally the point is, take shelter, take cover if you're in a tornado warning area. I know there's probably not a single person that's watching right now that's in that area, because there's only 9 people watching, and the chances that the 9 people that are watching would be, that would actually be, I gotta wait, hold up, what does that say, bro? It says 87 right now. I don't know what you mean by that, but 87 right now. Is that just like 87 degrees? I think that's what you mean by it. Slazy. I think it's 87 degrees right now in your area. Yeah, it's pretty warm if that's what you're referring to. So Xander, I wanted to focus on those eastern thunderstorms. I apologize. Let's go to the interactive radar and let's look at some of these things. So if you lived in Maryland or even parts of New York, you remember these storms. They occurred probably a couple hours ago in your areas, maybe even a couple minutes ago across the very farthest eastern locations, and you could see Parkersburg, Pittsburgh, Altoona, Harrisburg. Those cities are now not seeing anything severe, but they may get hit by one of these isolated. I would say this is just a perfect example of isolated thunderstorms. Look at this. This is just one here, one there, one over there, just popping up wherever the right instability is, wherever the least resistance is, wherever the most sunshine was today, and wherever the warmest conditions are. And wherever it basically desires. Mother Nature has its own methods. And you see that right there, it occurred across Salisbury and Shinko Tigu, I can't pronounce, I'm sorry, and Anacog across, this is Maryland still, and Delaware. New York City got some rain earlier, and you can see a little bit of scattered thunderstorms. This is all associated with this big system that was a couple days ago in the Midwest, and now it's up here. And look at these lakes right here, how they intensified these storms. Nothing, and then look, it just exploded, and now they're moving off the lakes. So that definitely has a factor, the lakes, in terms of developing the severe thunderstorms, because I've already seen this several times this year at random times where I've logged on to the National Weather Service map, the National Weather Storm, the watches and warnings, and I've seen severe thunderstorm warnings across the lakes. coming right off the lake, so it definitely does play an impact, especially when the lakes are cooler. So 13 people watching. Yeah, degrees, Slazy. Yeah, that's what I thought you meant. Okay, you love winter. That's great. Then a lot of snow. Yeah, I love winter. I just love it beyond anything. I just that's just who I am. It's like a time of kind of like kickback and relaxing in terms of just I just like it. I don't know why even. Generally, we get up to 40 inches of snow in my area on average. Xander, some assuming you live somewhere in Ohio or Pennsylvania or New York, because those areas usually see around that amount. Maybe though closer to the shore. So let's quickly go to the National Weather Service map. Let's see what's going on. Let's refresh this page and let's see what new warnings or watches have been posted. Let's check this out. Let's go to this area right here across Lubbock, Texas. Lubbock, Lubbock, Texas. Sorry. And there's a severe thunderstorm warning right across Lubbock. It is very tiny, very small and isolated, but it's there. And don't ignore those small ones. You can see those are definitely equally as damaging. So let's see what this one has to say. This severe thunderstorm warning until May 7/15. So quarter size hail, not as big as ping pong ball size or sorry, I was gonna or baseball size, but still the devastating 65 miles per hour wind gusts and quarter size hail. A tornado watch. Let's go to that tornado watch. I want to show you guys all the counties that are in it. So anywhere you see the yellow, that is a tornado watch, and has the possibility of producing a tornado warning. One of these red things, those red areas, in the next I would say 4 to 6 hours. That's usually when it ends. And you could see. Let's just go to northern Kansas, since we haven't been focusing on that area, and let's see what's going on. Let's see. So, let's see. Okay, so heavy rain likely tonight, and again they have a tornado watch, which doesn't mean you will get hit by a tornado. Doesn't mean you'll get a warning. Doesn't mean one might even come within 100 miles, but there's a possibility for it, which is plenty enough for you to be on your watch. And that's really what it means. Tornado watch, watch out. These are the counties that are included in the tornado watch. So if you live in Kansas and you're under one of these counties, don't take shelter now until you get a warning. But it would be wise to go over your plans, and would be wise to keep your eyes on the sky and the radar and the National Weather Service. These are some of the counties: Butler, Cloud, Gary, I'm assuming that's how it's pronounced, Kingman, McPherson, Potawatomi County, Riley, Wabanousie County, hopefully I'm not butchering these, Chase, Dickinson, Greenwood, Lyon, Morris, Reno, Saline, I think, Clay, Ellsworth, Harvey, Marion, Ottawa, Rice, and Sedgwick. All these counties have the potential for tornadoes, which is just the word tornado itself should be invoking fear in you, because that is, it's definitely something to be feared of, tornadoes. So let's see what we're having in a chat here. We're having a conversation between Within Reason and Celeste. And okay, so yeah, Xander, Sally, Connecticut. Okay, so yeah. Xander, I was close enough in the Northeast. So, Xander, Sally, I was surprised when you didn't talk about the first tropical system of the hurricane season. Why didn't you? Well, I've been pretty busy in terms of not just the weather, because the weather, has been busy itself, but I've been in quite a bit of, how do I say this? I've been pretty busy with school. There's been quite a bit of things going on. Right now, actually, I'm in the phase of finals. So if you're young, you know what finals are. If you're in high school, if you're a little bit older, you may have forgotten. Finals are those cursed things that they're tests at the end of the school year, that or at the end of each semester, and those things usually mess my schedule up, because they just take a lot of time of studying and all of that. But so I didn't really have time to do that. But definitely, don't worry. I will be tracking tropical systems throughout the hurricane season. I will even be possibly doing live streams. So do not worry about that. I will be doing my best, and I will be grinding my way out. Slazy, I am ready out of school. Well, that is awesome. I still have one more day, and that's tomorrow. Tomorrow's my last day. But if you're on this right now and you're watching, I want to quickly announce this. I am going to Okay, I end June 12th. Xander. Yeah, I end June 12th. Yeah, so it's some yeah like the CPS here across Chicago public schools, they earn way they late earn sorry they finish way later. They finish at around they finish when did they finish? June 26th, and we finish a month earlier. So that's but they start in September. We start in August, which is a little bit unfortunate. But yeah, so tomorrow's my last day. But then I'm going on vacation, or maybe just seeing my family relatives. And they're across they're across the ocean. So that's gonna be I'm gonna be gone for 17 days. So that's quite a time. But if anything occurs during those days and I can't cover it, I apologize. I won't be able to because I will be gone. And you'll have to excuse me, but once I'm back, I will be back on the grind. I will be traveling severe weather. I'll be tracking hurricane season, and I'll be getting back into the winter grind, into the winter season. I'll be tracking winter storms now that I did one live stream, and hopefully we get the Wi-Fi better, better, we could be looking at maybe some winter storm live streams, which would be always, interesting to see. So Erica Barker, hello, a new person, hi. Keystone Dam near Tulsa, Oklahoma is releasing 250,000 cubic feet per second. Yeah, I'm not sure if that is just because of the rains, or how much does it usually produce? How much does it usually release, Erica? That would be nice to know. But wow, that is a ton. Christina Gallardo, hello, yay, live stream. I know, I'm doing a live stream, so hello, guys. Within reason, haha, I know you're going on a family break. Yeah, I already said in my previous video. So I'll just say we're going to Poland, and that's where I'm from. I'm Polish, and last time I saw my family, which I would say is around 95% of my family is in Poland, was around 6 years ago. So, it's important, fairly important. And thank you guys for those who are joining. We are looking at a severe thunderstorm breakout across Kansas and Oklahoma and these areas. We are looking at quite an event, I would have to say. Kansas is getting slammed. Texas is getting slammed. There's flood watches, flood warnings all across the Midwest. Kansas has almost every county of Kansas has almost something other than the far western and the far eastern. But those still have river warnings and flood warnings. So interesting. Let's go to Missouri. Let's click on Springfield. That is, is that the capital? No, it's not the capital of Missouri. Capital of Missouri is, what is the capital of Missouri? I always know my states so well. That's one. I know that it's the capital of Illinois, Springfield. I think the capital of Springfield is No, I forgot. But you can see that there's flood warnings. But notice how there's not much rain going on across these areas. But it's just all that rain that has occurred, and it has. In the past couple of days, these areas have been absolutely getting slammed. So finally, a day of break. These next 3 days should be beautiful. Maybe Sunday, the biggest set of severe thunderstorms, which may not be that big, or it may turn out to be fairly large. And Memorial Day, mostly sunny. So you guys are looking at a fantastic, fantastic day on Sunday. So within reason, catch y'all next time. Bye. So see you guys. Thank you so much for live streaming. Live with me. Thank you so much for sticking it out with me. That was awesome, and I think I will be ending soon as well. And we just got over to 1 hour. What are the tour cons for the Midwest and middle of the country, if there are any? There are tour cons. The fact is, I don't know what they are. I'm sorry. I would have to look them up. You see, the Torcon is a Weather Channel thing, and that basically they just do it for the fun of it. Seriously. Like, I know some people take it very seriously, and they say, "Oh, Torcon, that is what what the Weather Channel puts out, and it's decisive." Well, it's a Torcon. They usually just go like, "Oh, let's see, what is it? 1 through 10. Let's just put it at an 8." That's literally what they do. Usually, I don't find it too impressive what they do. I usually try going through the models, but I don't know what the Torcon is. But I usually try steering away from that, from judging my impact on the thing. Still raining here in northeastern Nevada since Saturday night. Yeah. Christine, I know that you live in Nevada, and there's been quite a bit of, how would I say this? Yeah, quite a bit of active weather, and I think it's really cold in Nevada, right? Like, not bitter cold, but it's chilly, if I'm not wrong. It's below average. It has been, and it probably will be for quite some time. Eric Perky, I heard that there's a lot of damage in Jefferson City due to a tornado. Jefferson City is a capital. Okay, thank you. So Jefferson City is a capital. You heard there's a lot of damage. Well, that's not good. I will look into that. Should we just search it up? Yeah, we could search it up, but that may compromise some of this live stream quality. Xander Salia, because today was still a big tornado. Yeah, it was. It definitely was, and there will be tornado big risk in the next couple of days. It's not going to stop. It's going to continue. Andy Artin, take pictures of your vacay, please. I will try to. My siblings are actually already there. They finished school early. They have already gone earlier, so they're already taking a bunch of pictures there. And as far as I'm concerned right now, it's looking gorgeous there. And Jefferson City is the capital. Okay, thank you, Eric. And yeah, so right now, if you're just joining, we are looking at National Weather Service, and we're looking at the tornado watches and warnings, and there's plenty of them. There is. Let's go to the severe thunderstorm. Okay, there's a new one across Pennsylvania. A severe thunderstorm in Pennsylvania. This is affecting Du Bois, Pennsylvania. I don't really know what county that is, but we will figure it out right now. Let's go to the county. So it's been warm across much of the country. You can see 77. There's a severe thunderstorm warning. They only had a 30% chance, but they got a severe thunderstorm warning. You do not have to have a high severe or a high rating of chance of rain or anything to, especially during the winter. If you have a 30% of snow, you most likely won't. But if you have a 30% chance of thunderstorms during the summer, you may get blasted, you may not. If you even have a 90% chance during the summer, you may not even get hit by thunderstorms. These are just so hard to predict, especially these isolated ones. So you can see small hail, so I don't think it's even penny sized, so that's okay. 60 mile per hour wind gust, which is just meeting the severe criteria, which is still, which obviously if it meets the severe criteria, that means it is enough to be warned about. And possibly still you should move into an interior room. Obviously go indoors. Don't try staying outdoors during a severe thunderstorm warning, even if it's not too damaging. I know sometimes I also like staying out during the torrential rainfall and just watching it, but it's better to be in a window and looking it through that, if at all through a window, when it's especially when there's large hail that could get damaged, or even when there's could pick up debris and just smash like a 2x4 into your window, and that could eventually even kill you. So that's definitely not good. 50 degrees here. Yeah, that is chilly. As far as I'm concerned, I think that's below average. So yeah, but within reason, be safe and have a wonderful trip. See you when you get back. Maybe have a video of your travels. Yeah, thank you. Within reason, I will try having a good trip, and I think I know I will, because it always is fun there. Xander Salia, you don't have to have a big chance of a tornado. You have to have one either, to be honest. Yeah, you really don't. You just have to have the right ingredients, and those right ingredients are sometimes hard to pinpoint down exactly where they occur, and that may be across this area, that may be across that area, but overall, it doesn't always have to be a high probability. Take pictures of your vacay. I'm reading a book by the #1 Polish author. Oh, you are, Andy. So I'm assuming that's probably Sienkiewicz or Mickiewicz, one of those poetic authors. If you could write it down, who exactly is it? But Andy, I'd be interested to see that. So again, if you're just joining, because I keep seeing I get new people coming on, then I get people coming off, so there's actually quite a bit of people viewing this, just are not staying for that long. So if you are on just new, there are a whole plethora of severe thunderstorm warnings and watches across the states, and let's update this radar and let's quickly see what's going on. I think similar conditions, though nothing explosive. Are explosive in nature. These have really exploded around the 3 o'clock time frame early on in the day. Right now they're just kind of continuing where they have been or dying off, and maybe not as much development. So that is still dangerous. So let's go to the map, and let's go to WGN, and let's wait for this to load, and you can see quite a bit of, again, the severe weather. It looks like it's calmed down across central Kansas. It was more filled in earlier on. There was big thunderstorms, but now we're looking at a phase. There could be definitely, though, some more severe thunderstorms, so don't get, I would say, don't get too absorbed into the nice weather that might come with this. There's a fairly big cluster just to the south of you, and a growing concern with this supercell, almost looking like a giant supersized supercell, or just more of a damaging wind, a storm squall, a wind squall. and you can see that this is fairly long, stretching for out say to 100 miles, 200 miles, and some more thunderstorms are developing back across the heartland of not the heartland, the panhandle of Texas, western panhandle, across the Lubbock, Texas. You could see this thunderstorms are training over similar areas, which means flash flooding is definitely a concern. Flash flooding could be even dangerous, more dangerous than some of the hail or damaging wind, because it could be more widespread than some of that hail. Which could be more isolated, and you can see it's getting into a fairly heavy rain event across Nebraska, which isn't necessarily good, but what can you do? We can't control the weather. The best thing is just to get warned and keep on your eyes to the sky. So, hammock and outdoors, you had a mesh shield retracted. I didn't see what you had there. I went to Iceland last month, and the weather is crazy there. Yeah, that's a whole completely new, it feels like a completely different world. There is, obviously there's ice, but there's mountains, volcanoes. Those things mess with the weather so greatly that it's like a completely different environment. Yeah, 1 minute of the day it's sunny, the other day it's raining or snowing heavily with extremely strong winds. It's similar to the Rockies, what we have here, but even more extreme. So that is what we have in Iceland, or they have, not we. So I think I'll be ending this, guys. Thank you so much for staying with me. I will be finishing this off. So if you are still on here, thank you so much for being on here. I really appreciate it. This was an amazing live stream, a first success. Xander, there's actually been a lot of training with the severe weather the country had recently. Yeah, and that's good because more and more people need to be aware about this stuff. Love the channel. Keep the great forecast videos. I always look for them before I head out on the trail, especially in colder months. Well, thank you. That means a lot that you use my videos, because I put quite a bit of effort into them, and it's awesome that you watch them. So, like I was saying, thank you guys so much for watching. And I think I'll have to wrap this up. So I will catch you all guys on the next episode. See ya. Bye.